Hello everyone. In today's video, I'm going to be going through what I think is a great introductory nib for fountain pen beginners. If you're getting into the hobby and you want to kind of start out with a nib which would probably work with most paper that you obtain, that would be the medium nib. I've laid out on the table a couple of introductory medium nibs that I have in my collection. I've selected these not with any specific price point in mind. However, it's fair to say that you could probably get any one of these nibs pretty easily for around that $50, $50 mark. And it's starting with the Twisty Eco, the Lamy Safari. This one's a little bit contentious. I have my Wancha pen down here, Urushi pen, which probably costs more than $50. However, you could easily get the same stock Jowo number 6 medium nib that this pen comes with in several other pens out there that cost around that $50 mark. And if I'm lucky, you know, I might be able to get one of those for the future video. The Faber-Castell Lume, the Pilot, Explorer, and last but not least, the Platinum Procyon. And I've laid these out in this order for a reason, which you'll see later on in the writing sample. So as you'll see in the writing sample, not all mediums are the same, right? And that's probably the point that I'm going to lay out in today's video. You will see in the writing sample, you know, that certain mediums, for example, the Eco, are a lot broader than the medium in the Platinum Procyon. All of the pens have been inked up with my favorite ink, which is the Mysterious Blue by Waterman. And you can actually see, if you pay attention to the colors, that, you know, obviously the pens that lay down a thicker line lay down more ink probably at the same time, and it will result in a darker text. So I'm going to raise the table. And by the way, I'm using a new notebook today. I'm using the Rhodia Dot book. I thought it would be a good representation of a normal paper, a normal fountain pen paper, which will be pretty easy to kind of get out there in the market. And another disclaimer before I start: all these pens weren't just freshly inked. They were inked. I blotted them down with a bit of tissue paper. So basically they have kind of the similar degree of priming before writing. So I'm going to start, like I mentioned, maybe I'll make it a little bit higher, with the Twisty Eco. And as you can see, it's a very rich, dark line that this medium produces. So that's a Twisty Eco. And moving on to the Lamy Safari. So it's kind of equally thick and rich in terms of the line that's produced. So probably equally as wet as the Eco. Next is the number 6 Jowo nib. I'm just going to call it the number 6. So pretty wet as well for this number 6. So now we will move on to the Lume. You can tell, I'm not sure whether you can tell that the Lume's kind of the shading of the blue is kind of not as dark as the earlier 3. And it's probably slightly narrower in terms of the line width. Next pen will be the Pilot Explorer. It's a little bit drier, and you can tell that the line that that Pilot steel nibs produce. This nib is also available in the Metropolitan. It's kind of a thinner line than the other 3, the other 4 up there. And last but not least, this is the Procyon. By the way, the Procyon's nib is not the same as the nib from the Preppy and the Plaisir. Slightly longer, as you can probably tell. So it's definitely the driest of the bunch if you look at the writing sample. So not the best handwriting today, but I guess the main point of the video today is to kind of show you that not all medium is the same. These nibs down here, ironically enough, Twisty is made by Jowo. It's probably a Jowo number 4. Obviously this is the Jowo number 6, which I showed you earlier on in this pen. The Lume's nib is also made by Jowo, and it's also probably a number 4. However, Faber-Castell actually does a different level of tuning compared to the Eco's tuning, as you can obviously tell, right? The Explorer, the Explorer, sorry, and the Platinum's nibs are ever so slightly narrower than these four up here. Definitely because, specifically because they are Japanese nibs, and most people know that the Japanese nibs are typically a little bit finer than the European ones up here. In terms of my personal preference, in terms of the line that that's laid down, I kind of like the very fine medium that the Procyon's nib produces. That's just me. I just generally like the look. Please excuse my handwriting today, but I just like the look of a finer line. That's me. The second choice for me in terms of actual use and look of whether or not I like the nib, I'm just talking about the nib here today, would be number 6 Jowo. If you can pick one up and you like the fact that or maybe you use inks that are a little bit lighter in color, I think you would get a nice shading out of these three up here. But my preference in terms of the thicker medium would probably be a number 6 Jowo nib. And as I mentioned in the next video, I will do a review of a pen which has a number 6 Jowo, which is pretty affordable to get. So I hope you got something out of the video today. I'll put in the comments below a little bit further analysis of these pens which I chose today and some of my further thoughts. Please read the comments if you want to see my what I felt and my detailed analysis. As per usual, please give me your comments, let me know your thoughts, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, bye bye.